Good morning, everyone. Welcome to River Point. I don't have any new announcements this week. I hope everyone enjoyed playing in the snow. And here is Jensen with some music.
Hey, good morning, River Point. Hope you guys are well, and I hope you had a good week so far and enjoying the snow that we've had. I wanted to read a psalm for you guys this morning that kind of ties into this next song that we're going to sing, which is an older song, by the way, but still one of my favorites. And so the psalm that I chose is Psalm 145, and it starts out saying, I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you and praise your name forever. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall commend your works to another and shall declare your mighty acts. On the glorious splendor of your majesty and on your wondrous works I will meditate. They shall speak of the might of your awesome deeds, and I will declare your greatness. They shall pour forth the fame of your abundant goodness and shall sing aloud of your righteousness. So let's sing together this morning, and I hope to see you again next week.
Your love, oh Lord, reaches to the heaven. Your faithfulness stretches to the sky. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountain, yeah. Your justice flows just like the ocean tide. And I will lift my voice to worship you, my King. And I will find my strength in the shadow of your wings. Your love, oh Lord, it reaches to the heavens. Your faithfulness stretches to the sky. And your righteousness is like a mighty mountain, yeah. Your justice flows just like the ocean sky. And I will lift my voice to worship you, my King. And I will find my strength in the shadow of your wings. And I will lift my voice to worship you, my King. And I will find my strength in the shadow of your wings. Your love, oh Lord, reaches to the heavens. Your faithfulness stretches to the skies.
Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Hope you've enjoyed the snow this week and had some good rest and downtime with your family. Today we're going to be kind of wrapping up our train of thought that we've been in for the last 3 weeks with rest and learning to yoke ourselves to Jesus because His way is easy and His burden is light. And today we're going to be looking at 2 or 3 different passages on the idea from the book that we've been going through, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And in this last section of the book, he mentions 4 key practices for unhurrying your life. It's no secret that we live in a fast-paced society. And a lot of times we are running so fast to and fro that we have a hard time focusing on what's most important. And it's really detrimental to our spiritual lives and our relationship with Jesus, which in turn affects other relationships in our lives and really our whole world. So here's the 4 key practices that I think we would do well to work at and learn to do well. The practice of silence and solitude. We're going to be looking at a passage from Matthew chapter 4, and we're going to be looking at part of verse 1. Matthew 4, verse 1. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness. Now, a lot of times when we think about the word wilderness, we think a desolate desert, a place that's awful. But actually, when you put this in the context of which it was written and the purpose for which Jesus was sent or led into the wilderness, it's actually a place of strength. Because in the wilderness for Jesus was a place of silence and solitude where he was able to really intently focus on who he was, hearing from God the Father and what it is that he was about to do and to accomplish. And so for Jesus, that wilderness place was a place of strength where he was in silence, just nature and the voice of the Father, and he was all alone by himself. So he didn't have any distractions from anybody or anything. And so I think what we can learn from that is that you and I would do well, and we would benefit greatly if we would learn to incorporate the practice of silence, quieting all the noise from the world and from people and things, technology, and get alone by ourselves so we can really intently listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit. Secondly, he mentions the practice of Sabbath. And we're going to go back to the Old Testament, to the book of Genesis chapter 2. We're actually going to read 3 verses here. Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. And I think Sabbath, we've gotten into a pattern, or maybe even a rut, if you will, of just kind of treating Sabbath like any other day of the week. Yeah, we might worship and we might go to church, but then we use the rest of the day to catch up on everything that we need to do. And so when we read Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 to 3, here's what it says. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed, and all their host. By the 7th day God completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. And so I think we would do well to pattern our lives after God himself, and certainly Jesus, to take that one day, the Sabbath, and to rest, yes, also to worship, and also to enjoy God and all that He has done, is doing, and will do for us, rather than just treating it like any other day during the week, to where we use it. We might be off work, but we use it as a day to catch up and to maybe even get ahead, a little bit of ahead on the upcoming week with everything that we need to do. And so that's the practice of Sabbath. Then lastly, he mentions the practice of simplicity. And we're going to look at Mark chapter 4, a couple of verses. Mark chapter 4, verses 18 and 19, and these are the words of Jesus. Thinking along the lines of learning to practice simplicity, meaning getting rid of things that are overcomplicating our lives, stressing us out, hectic, chaotic, and wearing on us physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. And so here's what Jesus says, Mark 4, 18 and 19. And others are the ones on whom seed was sown among the thorns. These are the ones who have heard the word. Verse 19, here's the key verse. But the worries of the world and the deceitfulness of riches and the desires for other things enter in and choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. Let's reread that. But the worries of the world. Why do we worry? Because things are complicated, overcomplicated, hectic, chaotic. And the deceitfulness of riches, the pursuit of stuff, right? Money, possessions, materials, too much. And the desires for other things. The list is limitless. As a result, they enter in and choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. And so the idea here is that when we learn to simplify our lives, in that we learn to slow our pace of life, become unhurried, yoke ourselves to Jesus, and find that rest that He promises will come. So, the 4 key practices again: silence and solitude, Sabbath, and simplicity. Love you guys. Hope you have a good day.